man-eating giants wreaked havoc on Earth many years ago, prompting humanity to seek safety behind 3 massive walls. After a century of peace, when the Titans reappear, a young boy and his friends must devise a plan to eliminate the Titans before they wipe out humanity. Over a century ago, a breed of gigantic creatures known as Titans suddenly appeared on Earth, catching everyone off guard. Some of these Titans had a relentless appetite for human flesh, while others possessed unique abilities. Together, these Titans devoured most of humanity, bringing mankind to the brink of extinction. In order to safeguard themselves, humans had no choice but to construct 3 colossal concentric walls. One day, in the bustling town of Monzen, a young man named Armin overhears his father discussing the job loss of their friend Aaron. Armin decides to seek out Mikasa, another friend, and the 3 usually meet on a hill. Upon finding Aaron atop a hill, they inquire about his job situation. Instead of responding directly, Aaron questions whether they are content living confined within the walls, cut off from the outside world. He expresses his dissatisfaction and kicks a bomb, revealing a picture of a woman underneath. This image features a depiction of the ocean, sparking Mikasa's curiosity about whether the birds soaring above have witnessed the ocean. When asked if she'd like to see the ocean, Aaron leads Mikasa and Armin toward the wall. Aaron doubts the existence of Titans, given that nobody has laid eyes on them for a century. However, their skepticism is interrupted when soldiers suddenly appear and apprehend the trio. Aaron attempts to resist, but Captain Suda intervenes, instructing his troops to stand down. Captain Suda shares his own youthful attempt to venture beyond the walled boundaries, shedding light on the discontentment festering within the wall-enclosed society. He outlines his intention to establish a scout regiment tasked with exploring habitable areas beyond the walls. Abruptly, Aaron observes the wall vibrating as an approaching entity draws near. Their gaze falls upon a colossal Titan, towering over the walls, exuding steam from its body. The colossal Titan relentlessly strikes the wall until it breaches it, shattering the 3rd line of defense, a stronghold for a century. With a century-long barrier broken, the group flees, while Aaron, Mikasa, and Armin manage to conceal themselves. Captain Suda rallies his men to prepare for combat as the colossal Titan vanishes. An array of Titans of varying sizes swarms inside the breached wall. Despite their attempts to thwart the Titans with cannons, the Titans regenerate from their wounds, and fear-stricken soldiers freeze in place as the Titans begin to feast upon them one by one. As they witness the chaos unfold, Aaron, Mikasa, and Armin quickly retreat to town. Armin heads off to locate his parents, while Aaron and Mikasa take on the task of evading the rampaging Titans that are causing mayhem among the townsfolk. Panic reigns supreme as people scream and scatter in all directions. Amid the turmoil, Aaron spots a house that offers potential refuge. Yet a multitude of desperate people attempt to enter it, creating a chaotic bottleneck. Aaron and Mikasa nearly make it inside, but Mikasa notices a woman clutching a baby, on the brink of being trampled by the frenzied crowd. Aaron manages to guide the woman to safety, but unintentionally leaves behind the baby. In the midst of the chaos, the crowd propels Aaron into the house while Mikasa remains outside with the baby as the door slams shut. Desperate to reunite, Aaron attempts to open the door to admit more survivors. However, he is thwarted by a window, which offers a cruel view of a grinning Titan menacing Mikasa and the baby. Aaron musters all his strength, pushing his way out of the house, but as he emerges, he finds the area eerily deserted. He witnesses the Titans launching an assault on the very house they had sought refuge in, devouring its hapless occupants. Defeated and injured, Aaron limps through the town, which now lies in ruins, devastated by the Titans. 2 years later, Aaron and Armin enlist in the Survey Corps, the military division tasked with battling the Titans. Commander Kubal, the head of the forces, reveals that the breach of the first wall has had dire consequences. After the devastation, people had to leave the first wall area, known as the agriculture zone, and relocate to the middle wall, referred to as the commercial zone. The loss of farmland resulted in food shortages in the commercial zone. Kubal, addressing the new recruits, explains that to address the food shortage, they must restore the 3rd wall to reclaim the farmlands. The group is introduced to Hans, the leader of the weapon squad, who demonstrates the omnidirectional mobility gear, or ODM gear. The plan is to reach the Omotomachi transit point, where they will join the recon team led by Captain Shikishima. As the sun sets, Aaron observes fellow Survey Corps members bidding farewell to their families. He knows that no one will be waiting for him or Armin, especially since Armin's parents perished in the previous Titan attack. During dinner, Aaron and Armin encounter Captain Sauda, now a volunteer in the Survey Corps. He's pleased to see them but inquires about Mikasa, to which they remain silent, burdened by Aaron's self-blame. During the meal, Armin explains the military's plan to Sasha and Hyana. The strategy involves detonating the top of the wall to cover the breach and subsequently eliminating the remaining Titans inside the wall. Overhearing this, a man named John expresses doubts about the mission's success, insulting the squad, claiming they're destined to die. Armin dismisses John's doubts as mere fear. This angers Jean, who attacks Armin, but Aaron distracts him by asking an unusual question about whether Titans have nipples. Unable to answer, Aaron taunts Jean for talking big despite never having seen a Titan. The fight between Aaron and Jean is interrupted by Hans, who separates them. As Hans departs, Jean taunts Aaron for supposedly leaving Mikasa to die while protecting himself. Furious, Aaron attacks Jean, but squad members step in to keep them apart. Later, as the squad prepares to leave for Omotomachi, Hans and another captain share crucial information. They explain that although Titans sleep at night, they are sensitive to human voices, emphasizing the need for silence during the mission. A soldier named Sanagi talks about the formidable goddess at Omotomachi, a woman working under Captain Shikishima, known for her Titan-slaying prowess. During a stop to check the surroundings, Hyana hears the cries of a baby and investigates. Aaron follows her, and together they explore a building, only to discover a horrifying baby Titan. As they flee, the baby Titan throws a tantrum, alerting other Titans to their presence, causing panic within the group and noisy chaos. Despite the captain's attempts to calm them down, he fails to notice a Titan sneaking up behind him, leading to his tragic death. Aaron and Hyana rush back to the group, pursued by a Titan. Commander Kubal orders the team to move out, leaving the scouts behind. In a desperate attempt to escape, Hans instructs the scouts to use their ODM gear to meet at the tall structures. Simultaneously, Shikishima and the woman skilled in defeating Titans get ready for the impending battle. The Scout Corps draws nearer to Omotomachi when they find themselves trapped by the Titans. Aaron recalls a lesson from Hans, where she demonstrated that the Titans' weak spot is the back of their necks, reachable using the ODM gear. All of a sudden, Shikishima emerges and dispatches a Titan right before them. As another Titan surfaces, the Titan-slaying woman, revealed to be Mikasa, takes it down. Aaron and Armin are astonished to see her alive, but she doesn't acknowledge them and departs with Captain Shikishima. The scouts seek refuge in a building, tending to the wounded and honoring the fallen soldiers. Meanwhile, Commander Kubal discloses that the explosives are concealed in an underground bunker. As they load the explosives into their vehicle, Jean pins the mission's failure on Aaron. This sparks a brawl between the two men, ultimately ending with Aaron triumphing. Nevertheless, Mikasa intervenes promptly. Shikishima arrives, and after inquiring about Aaron's name and complimenting his combat skills, invites him to follow him. When Aaron inquires about Mikasa, Shikishima discloses that he trained Mikasa extensively to become a skilled Titan slayer. Shikishima questions Aaron's reasons for wanting to eliminate the Titans, to which Aaron responds that it's the Titans that have deprived humans of their freedom. Shikishima advises Aaron to utilize his ODM gear for aerial combat against the Titans. Later, Aaron approaches Mikasa as she plays the piano. Aaron expresses his relief at seeing her, but Mikasa is filled with anger because she narrowly escaped being devoured by a Titan that day, leaving her with a large bite mark on her body. Witnessing a helpless baby being consumed by a Titan has fueled her determination to exterminate all Titans. As Aaron draws near, an apple suddenly strikes him on the head. He notices Captain Shikishima in the room, who offers the apple he was eating to Mikasa. Seeing their intimacy, Aaron leaves in distress. Outside, Aaron screams, but Hyana stops him to prevent the Titans from being alerted, dragging him back into the building. Inside, Hyana questions Aaron about what transpired between him and Mikasa, but Aaron refuses to discuss it. Unexpectedly, Hyana makes a move on Aaron and attempts to kiss him. However, she is suddenly attacked by a Titan that seizes her by the foot. Aaron watches in shock as the Titan swallows her whole. Meanwhile, the scouts are under attack by the Titans, prompting Mikasa and Shikishima to prepare for battle. Despite their valiant efforts, many scouts are consumed by the relentless Titans. Commander Kubal places the highest priority on safeguarding the explosives and initiates preparations for evacuation. Meanwhile, on the battlefield, a woman named Lil implores Suda to tend to her boyfriend, but sadly, he has already succumbed. Eren and Sasha get ready for combat. Suddenly, Han spots someone attempting to steal the explosives-laden truck, infuriating her further after her boyfriend's death. In response, Lil sets fire to the rear of the truck and courageously enters it to confront the rebel. She forcefully ejects the rebel from the driver's seat and steers the truck into a Titan. Tragically, this was their final batch of explosives, and Lil failed to eliminate any Titans. Eren notices Jean behind him while atop a building, but he disregards Jean's advice to escape. Instead, he recalls Shikishima's guidance. Using his ODM gear, Eren takes flight with the intention of battling the Titans. Captain Shikishima assists Eren, enabling him to dispatch one Titan. However, as he attempts to defeat the others, he becomes ensnared in the jaws of one Titan that bites off his leg and hurls him onto a nearby rooftop, with Shikishima choosing to abandon him after witnessing Eren's failure. Jean finds himself cornered by Titans on the rooftop, but when Sanegi spots him, the group distracts the largest Titan with noise. Sasha then shoots arrows into the Titan's eyes, while Sanity slashes the Titan's heels. Seizing the opportunity, Jean soars toward the Titan and defeats it. As the group begins their escape, Armin inquires about Eren's whereabouts, but Jean informs him that he's already met his demise. Armin becomes immobile and falls into the clutches of a nearby Titan. Mikasa spots Eren on the rooftop, in close proximity to the Titan. Sasha, Jean, and Sanity make valiant efforts to assist Armin, but their attacks prove ineffective due to the Titan's tough hide. Using his last ounce of strength, Eren rescues Armin from the Titan's grasp, but is tragically swallowed himself. Within the Titan's belly, Eren is met with a gruesome sight. Hyana's lifeless body, her face partially melted. Eren's cries reverberate as he swears vengeance against the Titans. The remaining group, including Armin, finds themselves trapped on the rooftop, surrounded by the relentless Titans. Their numbers dwindle as the Titans systematically devour them. When Mikasa arrives, she learns of Eren's demise, leaving her devastated. Despite her grief, she must quickly devise an escape plan for the surviving members. Mikasa manages to eliminate 2 more Titans but runs out of gas. The Titan that had consumed Eren, appearing on the verge of regurgitation, draws her attention. Suddenly, a new Titan bursts forth from the first, a powerful attack Titan that outmatches the others. The attack Titan commences the elimination of the surrounding Titans. Sauda recognizes this Titan as Eren, and as the remaining Titans retreat, the attack Titan seizes Mikasa, but ultimately releases her, weakened and starting to dissipate. Sauda instructs the group to sever the Titan's nape and retrieve Eren. Though initially bewildered, the group complies and uncovers Eren inside the Titan, miraculously healed despite his earlier injuries. The group is left astonished, while Shikishima, observing from a distance, appears unsurprised, hinting at his deeper knowledge of the situation. Suddenly, Eren's eyes snap open, now glowing a vivid crimson.